Some people aren't just survivors, they're anomalies. They've fallen from the skies, been buried alive, struck by forces of nature, or left for dead, and somehow lived to tell the tale. These are stories so shocking you might think they're fiction, but they're all true. Welcome to FactFuel. Here are 10 people who survived the impossible. Number 10. Vesna Vulović, the flight attendant who fell 33,000 feet. In 1972, a bomb exploded on a Yugoslav Airlines flight. Flight attendant Vesna Vulović, just 22 years old, was sucked out of the plane mid-air, 33,000 feet above the ground. She landed on a snowy slope, partially protected by a section of the plane's fuselage, and survived. She suffered a fractured skull, broken legs, and was in a coma for 27 days. But she lived, and became a national hero. To this day, she holds the Guinness World Record for surviving the highest fall without a parachute. Number 9. Anna Bagenholm, the woman who froze to death and came back. While skiing in Norway in 1999, Anna Bagenholm fell headfirst into an icy stream. Trapped under a layer of ice for 80 minutes, her body temperature dropped to 56 degrees Fahrenheit, 13.7 degrees Celsius, far below survival levels. By the time rescuers pulled her out, she was clinically dead. But doctors used a heart-lung machine to reheat her blood slowly. Amazingly, she made a full recovery, making hers one of the most extreme cases of hypothermia survival in medical history. Number 8. Alcides Moreno, the man who fell 47 stories. In 2007, Alcides Moreno was washing windows on a New York skyscraper with his brother. Suddenly, the platform snapped, and both men fell 47 stories, over 500 feet. His brother died instantly. But Alcides, somehow, survived. He was in a coma, had shattered bones, and needed 16 surgeries. Doctors believe holding onto the scaffolding helped slow his fall slightly, just enough to make survival possible. Today, he walks, talks, and lives to tell the tale. Number 7. Roy Sullivan, the man struck by lightning 7 times. Roy Sullivan, a park ranger from Virginia, was struck by lightning not once or twice, but 7 separate times between 1942 and 1977. Each strike left its mark: scorched hair, burns, broken limbs. He even had his toenail blown off. Statistically, the odds of that happening are 1 in 10 to the power of n. Yet Roy lived to recount every strike. His life is a mysterious outlier in nature's rulebook, and a lightning rod of curiosity for scientists even today. Number 6. Julianne Koepke, teenager who survived the Amazon jungle. In 1971, 17-year-old Julianne Koepke was flying over the Amazon with her mother when their plane was struck by lightning and disintegrated mid-air. Still strapped in her seat, she fell 10,000 feet, crashed through the forest canopy, and survived. Alone, injured, and surrounded by predators, she navigated the dense jungle for 11 days, drinking river water and avoiding insects. Finally, she stumbled upon a logging camp and was rescued. It's a survival tale so extraordinary it inspired books and a documentary film. Number 5. Harrison Okene survived 3 days trapped in a sunken ship. In 2013, Nigerian cook Harrison Okene was below deck when his tugboat capsized in rough seas. The vessel sank 100 feet to the ocean floor. Everyone else drowned. But Okene found an air pocket in a bathroom and clung to hope. In total darkness, freezing cold, surrounded by the corpses of his crewmates. After 60 hours, divers exploring the wreck were shocked to find him alive. His survival is one of the most incredible underwater rescue stories ever recorded. Number 4. Wenceslao Moguel, the man who survived a firing squad. In 1915, Wenceslao Moguel, a Mexican revolutionary, was captured and sentenced to death. He was shot 9 times, including a final bullet to the head as a coup de grace. The soldiers left him for dead. Hours later, he crawled away, alive. He not only recovered, but lived a full life, becoming a minor celebrity, and even appearing on the TV show That's Incredible in the 1970s. Talk about beating the odds. Number 3. Franz Silak, the luckiest or unluckiest man alive. Croatian music teacher Franz Silak survived. A train crash into a river, a mid-air plane explosion, multiple car crashes, a bus accident, being hit by a truck, and even his car spontaneously exploding. Each time, he walked away with minor injuries. Then, in 2003, he won the lottery. Selak insists he isn't lucky, just destined. His life reads like fiction, but it's documented fact. Number 2. Aron Ralston amputated his own arm to escape death. In 2003, climber Aron Ralston was exploring a Utah canyon when a falling boulder trapped his right arm. He was stuck for 5 days, with no food and barely any water. Knowing help wouldn't come, he made a terrifying decision. He broke his arm and amputated it himself with a dull multi-tool. Then he rappelled 65 feet and hiked 6 miles before being rescued. His story was turned into the film 127 Hours, starring James Franco. Number 1. Mary Vincent survived brutal attack and helped catch her attacker. In 1978, Mary Vincent, just 15, was hitchhiking in California when she was picked up by a seemingly kind stranger named Lawrence Singleton. He brutally assaulted her, then cut off both of her arms and dumped her off a cliff, assuming she was dead. But Mary didn't die. She packed her wounds with mud, climbed the cliff armless, and walked until she found help. Later, she helped authorities identify her attacker and testified against him in court. She not only survived, she turned tragedy into justice. These people went through nightmares most of us can't imagine, and came out alive. They're not just survivors. They're warriors against fate. Which story gave you chills? Let us know in the comments. If you loved these real-life survival stories, hit like, subscribe, and fuel your curiosity, only on FactFuel.